So moving from the globe to a flat piece of paper, we've got our charts. So as you can see here, we have a chart of the south coast of Ireland from the southeast corner here at Carnsore Point and Cork Harbour and so on. So what we're going to do is plot a position at 51 degrees north, 007 degrees west. Let's have a look. It's chart 5622.1. So our position is 51 degrees north. So here's 50 degrees 50 and 51 degrees. That's 51 degrees even. So we just draw our line across here. Now, normally I would use a 2B pencil, something like that. And that's what you would use in your charts day to day. Simply because it comes up better on the video, I'm using one of these friction pens. But you would never use these on a chart in simply doing it because it's a teaching chart and a demonstration. So I come across here at 51 degrees, one simple line, and there we go. So that's 51 degrees north, and you always start with the latitude. Now we look at the bottom of the chart and we look for 007 degrees west. So you can see here, we start at 6, just over 6 here, 610, 620, 30, and so on. And here we are, 7 degrees west. That's west of Greenwich. Note that I'm going this direction, away from Greenwich. So again, using the friction pen, normally I would use a pencil, just one line straight down. And that's our position there. And if it's a waypoint, which is a desired position, just a box with a cross. And then what I can do is I can then remove the rest of the line there. And there we go, I've plotted my position. Another way of defining a position is giving a bearing and a distance. And that's simply the same as you would do on land. I'm coming in on the road from town, that's my bearing, and my distance, I'm 2 kilometers away. So on the water, a typical position would be, I'm 2 miles south of Roche's Point. So there's Roche's Point, and south is going to be somewhere like that. So let's be a bit more precise with that. So we use the plotter here, and I want that arrow pointing south. So the arrow is always in the direction of the bearing. So be careful with the word from. So the position is 180 degrees from Roche's Point, which is the same as south of Roche's Point. So I dial in here 180 degrees, which is my south. Check that those 2 blue arrows are pointing north. And I line the side of my plotter onto Roche's Point, and then I check that the crisscross grid lines match an underlying grid line on the chart. So we look at there, do you see I have a chart line there, and there's another vertical line there. So that's good to go. So this line here is exactly south of Roche's Point. So a nice bold line. Normally I would use a pencil. This is an erasable pen that I'm using because it's a teaching chart. So we've got a nice line south of Roche's Point, and then we measure the distance. So distance on a chart is always measured at the side, never at the top or the bottom. And we use latitude for the distance. So this case we're measuring 2 miles. So we just take, for example, here. So between 45, 46, 47, that's 2 miles. So just measure that with the one-handed dividers. There we go, 2 miles. Transfer this over here. So there's Roche's Point. Now I use the little star at the bottom of the lighthouse rather than any of the writing. Just put a dash there, and that's my position. So if this was a waypoint, it would be a box with a cross, but I'm going to call this a position. So a fix is a circle with a dot, and then I can get rid of all the extra information out of there. I might note the time there, for example, 12:10, and maybe the log reading, which would be 234.5, and that's how you note a position. I can, of course, take this position and convert it to latitude and longitude. So again, I take my plotter, latitude first. So just make sure my plotter is horizontal by just using the underlying grid lines here. There we go. That looks pretty good. Just moving it into camera view. And I just put a line there, put a little arrow on that. And likewise, longitude. So it's the longitude of Roach's Point. So it's pretty good. Same here. I put an arrow there. So my latitude position, just put it on a note here. So it's 51 degrees 45. That's 46. So it's 45 point something. 45.5, 45.55. So I mark it 51 degrees 45.55 minutes north. And the longitude, now remember I'm coming this way from Greenwich, so here we go, nice and convenient. 8 degrees 15 minutes, that's 8 degrees 16, so it's 15.1, 0.2, 0.3. So it's a 3-digit number, 008 degrees 15.30 minutes west. There we go.